I think it's time we get to the main event. For is it the main event? Kinda, right? We had Leo, but this one is probably the biggest action star in the world with Tom Cruise. Ricky, Top Gun 3 officially in the works. Script is currently being written. Best Director nominee? Is that right? Joseph Kosinski for Top Gun Maverick? Did he get a Best Director nominee at the Oscars?
I don't think so, but I'll double
Okay.
check.
Well, Joseph Kosinski was, I mean, at least he was in the mix there. He's set to return to direct the third film for Top Gun. The sequel feels inevitable, Ricky Flex. The movie was the second highest grossing movie of 2021 behind No Way Home. Is that correct?
No, Avatar 2. No way.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Okay.
Way of Water.
Let me just bring it back here. The sequel grosses over $1 billion. Apparently, the movie that saved cinemas. Sequel felt it's got to happen, but do you think it should happen, Ricky?
This was inevitable, like you said. But no, it should not happen. No, we only need a Top Gun 3. But let alone we got Top Gun 2, and we said that didn't need to happen. So, money talks. Tom Cruise does what he wants. He obviously greenlit this because this wouldn't happen if Tom Cruise didn't greenlit this. And they bringing the boys back, So I can't doubt it after Top Gun 2 working. It just seems pretty premature to greenlight it so quickly. Especially because Tom Cruise is working on so many things. We'll get to it, but holy crap. He's in so much. When will this actually happen? I don't know.
I am not surprised that we're doing another Top Gun movie. And I'm not surprised Tom Cruise is probably going to be the lead in it. But the part where I think this movie necessarily shouldn't follow a similar formula to the last one is because it was such a great finale or to the Maverick character. It's as much of a finale you're going to get from a Tom Cruise in a movie. You're not going to get Tom Cruise dying in a movie. How we had No Time to Die, Daniel Craig, agreeing that we're going to kill off James Bond in that final film. Spoiler alert, Jesus. You'll never get that from Tom Cruise. You'll never get a better ending for a Tom Cruise character than what you got in Top Gun Maverick. So in my opinion, this movie should be more about Hangman and Rooster, and it should be about them carrying on the legacy of Maverick. I think that's what the movie should be about. And you can have a substantial cameo for Tom Cruise, but Tom Cruise will never be a supporting character in a movie. And the fact that this movie, Top Gun Maverick, had the ending that felt like Mission Impossible, that was one of my flaws of the movie, honestly, where it became less Top Gun, became more MI. And I think just having a Top Gun 3, it's just we're running back kind of the vibe of Mission Impossible, where it's just we potentially might just keep doing these if they're commercially successful, financially successful, and these actors want to keep doing them. To me, the movie to make was Hangman spinoff. He was the most appealing supporting character in that movie. I like Miles Teller a lot. I rewatched Top Gun Maverick, ironically, I want to say 2 weeks ago. And I was just damn, every time the movie misses Glenn Powell when he's not on screen. He's just total magnet out there. And he's got he's got the mojo right now, right? With Anyone But You. He's got Hitman with Richard Linklater coming out this year. I feel it's time for him to be a part of a potential $1 billion movie, with a spinoff for Top Gun Maverick being Hangman, or at least something that approaches those high numbers, right? Maybe $500+ million at the box office is more realistic, but
yeah,
that's the movie I wanted to see.
Yeah, like a Hangman, a Top Gun story, or something like that. Spinoff would have been the play, especially because Glenn Powell probably would be willing to do it too. And honestly, not a lot of obviously a lot of Tom Cruise talk this week for obvious reasons, but Top Gun 3, they didn't say Tom Cruise greenlit this or Tom Cruise will star in Top Gun 3. So maybe this is all right, Tom Cruise realizing hey, I'm doing a movie in space. I'm doing Mission Impossibles. I'm doing an Edge of Tomorrow sequel. I got all this stuff going on, and I'm going to start developing other movies with Warner Brothers. Maybe this isn't a Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, I
I mean,
just can't
That's
see
tough to,
I
yeah.
can't see him ever taking a back seat. He's never being the co-pilot. He's the guy driving, right?
But like, what
He's
if
the
he's
guy
not in the
flying the
movie in
plane.
general because he had like a proper send off, like you were talking
It
about?
would have been if you want to see Tom Cruise in like a supporting appearance or a cameo, like a cameo he would do, I think, for a Hangman spinoff. But if it's Top Gun 3, he's the lead. There's no one else like taking his spot. Or it's just like he wants to do the stunts. He wants to be the man responsible for carrying a movie, right? He almost like thinks like if he is not in the lead, it will not succeed. I think
Yeah.
that's just like the guy he is. So I just don't see a world where he isn't top billed here. Top Gun, Maverick, Tom Cruise. That's like becoming like the man. That's like arguably like that's now after Top Gun Maverick, that's his defining role of his career. Honestly, right? The man who's just advocate for movie theaters, saves movie theaters. Apparently, 1.5 bill at the box office. I just don't see it, Ricky Flex, where he isn't the guy.
Yeah, just I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe because again, again, Joseph Kosinski set to return to direct, not Tom Cruise set to return.
Ooh, is that true?
There's no like statement saying Tom Cruise is in this movie, even though there is a statement saying Joseph Kosinski is returning.
Hmm.
So that's
Interesting.
why, like, again, like to say that Kaczynski's returning, but you don't like it's either, oh, it's so obvious Cruz is returning, we don't even have to make a statement on it,
I think it's that.
or it's, hey, like, we're doing this again. Paramount movie, Paramount. There hasn't been a deal yet with Warner Brothers, if there even will be one. It's a Paramount movie. Tom Cruise signs a deal with Warner Brothers. Will Tom Cruise be in this? I cannot confirm that.
It's, Maverick was an amazing send off for him. That's the most send off type of like writing you'll ever get in a Tom Cruise movie.